All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So today I'm starting this video off. I want to talk about depreciation on Teslas. Now I actually owned two. I had three. Get ready to pick up another one. And versus my ICE cars. So I'm going to use my Mustang as an example. But I want to look right here. I have 822 miles on the odometer right here, and I've had this car for about 3 weeks. And you often hear people talking about depreciation on Teslas and you shouldn't buy one and things like that. Folks, how do I say this respectfully? You do what you want to do and you buy what you want to buy. And if you've been buying cars long enough, you know that all cars depreciate as soon as you drive them off the lot. That is why it's best to try to get a deal on a car initially and get discounts or just something good that you feel is good. And then also, you want to make sure if you're financing it, you get the best rate possible. And for people that constantly talk about depreciation on Teslas, to me, it's just kind of a way to throw shade, because in 2022, Tesla got hit with huge depreciations because of what happened with the rental company. I won't say their name, but they started dumping out all of their rental cars for low prices. And to my understanding, that's the only thing that I saw different when it came to the depreciation of Teslas. So I would say this for a person who's thinking about buying a Tesla versus an ICE car, or you're writing off a Tesla as it's not a good purchase versus an ICE car. I own both, and my first Tesla that I bought was a 2023 blue Model 3 rear-wheel drive. Now, I had that car for approximately 4.5, 5 months, maybe 6, I'm not even sure. And in that short time, this was last year, I sold it for exactly what I paid for it. So I didn't see this big crash in the market with Tesla. I paid $38,000 for that car, and I sold it for $39,000 roughly. And I didn't see a big hit. I turned right around 2 months later and tried to sell the red one because she wanted a Model Y at that time. And that is when I saw the depreciation hit for my cars. The car had, at the time, the red, when I sold my car, it had like 4,900 miles on it in that 6 months or so when I had it. And I actually didn't lose. The red one, though, that we still have, the depreciation hit really bad on that car in the 8-9 months of having it, where we owed 37 on it still, I guess, or something, I don't know, and they only offered 30 or something like that. And I was like, okay, that's still not horrible, but current day, if you try to sell your Tesla too soon, you might see a huge drop, maybe $10,000 difference. I've seen a lot of people saying, yeah, my Tesla depreciated in 1 year. There's a guy out there, his Tesla depreciated about 12 to 15, maybe even, it's a performance Model 3. I'd have to look him up and make sure, but his car, he was only offered $32,000 or $33,000 for his car, something like that. And he paid like $50 for it or something at the time last year when he got the 23 performance Model 3. Now, cars depreciate, folks, but it seems like, I think just a lot of people don't like EV cars, and those are the main people like talking about it in such a derogatory way. But folks, ICE cars, internal combustion engine cars, they depreciate the same way. Case in point, my Mustang. So my Mustang, when I built it out, I built it out for $46,225, right? I asked for a discount. I got the discount, and I paid $42,225. Then I got like another $500 or $1,000 off for military or whatever. And that's that. So when I bought that car, I put a nice chunk of money down because I didn't really want to buy. It was my first experience with a Mustang, and I didn't want to cash out on a Mustang like I cashed out on a Corvette. I bought my C8 Corvette for $72,000 cash. It was 68 and a half, and taxes took it up to like 72 or whatever. So I cashed out on that because I trusted the Corvette brand, and I didn't know anything about Mustangs. Mustangs typically are way cheaper than Corvettes. So I did my research before buying my 24 Mustang, and I understand what you guys are saying from Mustang standpoint. They're way overpriced when compared to the previous generation, but everything increases, folks. Everything goes up and down in price. especially cars. So using the argument that Teslas depreciate horribly so quickly, that's only if a person is buying a car to try to flip it right away. Most consumers are not buying their cars and trying to sell them in the first year. They're buying a car that they're going to keep. There are plenty of Teslas out there that people are saying, oh, 3-year review, 10-year or 5-year review, 6-year review. That's the longest review I've seen is a 6-year review with hundreds of thousands of miles on it, no problems, out of warranty, batteries out of warranty, still running like a champ. And I'll talk about that in another segment too as well. But my Mustang, I said, let me get it appraised. This was last month or something like that. Right when I ordered my 24 Performance Model 3, which I'm still waiting on, hopefully the beginning of July. As I'm recording this video, it is the beginning of June. And when I ordered my Model 3 Performance 24, it did sit in the back of my mind, like, how am I going to pay for this? So I chose cash because I got the credit for it, the $7,500 credit or whatever. So my balance was $47,000 or something like that. And then you add the tax back on, it goes back to like 42 with the destination charge, or 52. So my balance is 52,000 on the 24 model. That's without the tax credit, it's like 60,000 because the car is 55,000. And you add in dealer fees and taxes, it comes to like $60,500. But since I got the credits and stuff, my balance due is only $52,000, right? So when I tried to appraise my Mustang, I did it. I was like, I'm getting ready to buy a performance car. I'm gonna get rid of this car, start switching everything to EVs. I was offered initially. Now, I didn't take it. I should have taken it. I didn't take it. I got my car appraised at Carvana, and they offered me $43,800 or whatever. I didn't pay that. I should have took it. I should have took it because they would have wrote me a check. Typically, when I sell a car fast, I'm getting written a check. Like when I say fast, within 3 months to 9 months, if I sell a car in that time frame, most of the cars I've purchased have really good resale value. I make some money. Corvette made money. Most of the cars, my trucks that I've sold in the past, they wrote me it might not have been a lot, but it was still me not coming out of pocket. Almost all the car deals I've done, I've made at least $1,000 back to me, which isn't an issue. So you hear Tesla depreciation, and I compared that to my Mustang. My Mustang kind of appreciated with Carvana for some reason. They offered me $43,800. Clearly, I didn't know that, and I also had I have a really good rate on that car. Remember, I got the incentives because I was well qualified. And then I logged back in like 5 days later, or when that offer expired, my car dropped down to $39,000. That's a huge hit. And I said, I should have took that deal. I can get another Mustang because that's more than what I paid. I slipped. I didn't take the deal. And so just using my Mustang and my personal situation as an example, cars depreciate, folks. So when people say that, oh, Teslas depreciate, let me get out. It's hot outside. Pardon the wind if there's a lot of wind. People talk about Teslas depreciating really fast. All cars depreciate fast, folks. They all do. Pardon the sunlight. It's very hot out. It's very sunny. I keep the car clean. I wash all my cars at least 2 to 3 times a week. I'm not gonna front. I mean, when you're retired or you don't have nothing to do, like, you might as well keep your cars clean. But yeah, man. Teslas depreciate like every other car, and the only reason the Teslas got a huge hit is because, now I'm gonna say it was because of that rental company when they started dumping all the cars. They ended their relationship with Tesla and they just dumped all their cars on the market for dirt cheap. And at one point you could find 23 models with the same amount of miles as mine, or maybe a little bit more, for less. And that is why I was not able to get anything good on my second Model 3 when I was trying to sell it and get into Model Y at that time. But I'm glad that I didn't sell the red one. She loves it. That car is over a year and a half. I think it's like a year and 2 or 3 months or something like that. But it has only 8,000 miles on it or something like that, or maybe 9,000. And we just plan on keeping it. Even though that car is pretty much almost paid for. It wouldn't do us any justice to sell the red one and pay any money out of pocket just to get another Model Y. And I missed the deal on the Model Y with the 0% for another one. It's gone. So you just keep that in mind. If you decide you wanted to get a Model Y, those incentives are gone into recording this video. They took away the 0.99. I tried to tell everybody about it, but you know, if you didn't jump on it, you just didn't jump on it, and that's on you. So I did add the Tesla center caps because those weren't on there. That one kind of got scraped up when I took it out of the box. Those are metal and they're painted black, but I mean, nonetheless, Teslas depreciate, and I find that a lot of people just don't like Teslas, man. They don't like Teslas for whatever reason. They just don't like EVs. But Tesla is, and maybe I've also heard people say, Elon Musk. Like, who cares? Don't you know that every CEO, nearly every CEO, I'm not gonna say all, nearly every CEO of a company doesn't care about you? Are you guys crazy? You think the Ford CEO cares about you? The Chevy CEO cares about you? Whatever your favorite brand is, you think they even know who you are? You guys gotta quit feeling so special, man. Just because you invest in a company or you buy something from a company or buy stock from a company, they still don't know who you are. They don't care about you like that. They want your money. When are you guys gonna figure out that brand loyalty is crazy? It's nuts. Anyway, walk around in the car. It's hot out here. The depreciation of a Tesla is just like any other Tesla or any other car. And if you don't think so, you're nuts. You're nuts. You're crazy if you don't think that your car is not depreciating just because you like the brand or you had a good experience with the brand. You're crazy, man. All cars depreciate, folks. And I do see a lot of hate towards EVs, but I don't personally care what a person says. If you don't like an EV, it doesn't affect me at all because I like ICE cars too, but I'm not loyal to something like some people are. Some people are just flat out just loyal to the core and they just feel like their way is the right way. And you know, you talk about old school and all that stuff. I'm old school, folks. I'm not, okay, I'm up in age, I'll say. And the only time a person probably could tell that is if I have my gray showing in my beard, I'll let my hair grow out. But the fact of the matter is, cars depreciate. And it seems like Teslas catch a lot of hate because Elon Musk, and Tesla's a well-known brand in the United States. But the fact of the matter is, all cars depreciate, folks. Tesla hit a slump for a second. Now, don't take this video as I'm defending Tesla. I just told you I got hit hard when I tried to sell the red one and they totally, it was like a $7,000 difference or whatever. But all I can say is if you're in the market for an EV or a car, folks, a car, don't buy a car thinking it's gonna appreciate unless it's an exotic car or something like that. You're just another person buying a car, folks. You need to buy something you like, that you plan on keeping for good until it falls apart. That is what you should be thinking about. Get a warranty, do whatever you want to do, and try to spend within your budget, period. I like EVs to daily drive and run around because I think they're super efficient in comparison to my ICE cars. That's just what it is. The depreciation of Teslas is just like the depreciation on any other car, folks, except exotics and, you know, cars that are kind of flashy, that are one-offs. There's not a lot of them. What I'm hoping for is, because I am thinking about my cash purchase on my 24 Model 3. I'm thinking like, man, I hope I don't get hit with that horrible depreciation if I do decide to sell it in 5 years or whatever. Or trade for the new version. Because, you know, if you've been following me long enough, I'll buy the next version in a heartbeat, son. Like, if they come out with a 27 Model 3 performance plaid, or I don't know, if they just come out something something that I feel is better than what I already have, I'll sell it and trade out. But I'm not gonna take a huge hit. So sometimes when you buy something, you're just you have to keep it and get your money's worth. And with Teslas, you know that you get 50,000 miles bumper to bumper, or 4 years, whichever comes first, and you can add on an extended warranty for an additional 25,000 miles or 2 years. And you get, on the dual motors, you get 120,000 miles on the dual motors, I believe. Double check that, I've put it in another video. And 100,000 miles on the rear wheel drives. And that's just you're going to get your money out of this, folks. You're going to get your money out of it just like any other ICE vehicle. So depreciation on cars, folks, it's not just Teslas, it's every car. Every car depreciates. Even the exotic cars, like the Corvette took a huge hit. I just happened to sell mine at the right time, because if I'd have waited like another 3 months or so, I wouldn't have made money on my Corvette when I sold it. And I had low miles on my Corvette. I had like 1,500 miles when I sold my Corvette. So I think the thing about saying that Teslas aren't worth it and they're not a fit, folks, that's just a lot of people who don't own Teslas. They just yap, and then they're reading stuff on the internet. That's what they're doing. So it's up to you to determine what you want to buy. But from a person who owns both, who's gotten both appraised in ICE vehicles and EVs, it's a fluctuating market. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Model Y is the top selling car in the world. And now that I own one, thank goodness I got one at 0.99 for 72 months, which is basically zero interest rate pretty much. Why would I get rid of this car? It's a freebie. Super simple to keep. And it's actually a great car too. I'll be doing a review on this car at some point, but I've only got 820 miles on it, and I've only had it for like 3 weeks, or maybe a little over 3 weeks or whatever. So maybe around 3 weeks. So I'm not going to say I'm going to do a review or whatever, because I still got a bunch of stuff, accessories coming in. I'm adding stuff to the car. I got some rear screens, front screens. I got a bunch of stuff coming. Spoilers, ground. I got so many things I want to do to this car. And I appreciate the sponsors who I've gotten since I got this car. It's like, it was quick. Unlike my ICE cars, hardly no sponsors. EV cars, everything in this car, all the accessories, I didn't buy hardly any of it. And if I did buy something, I return what like my caps. I bought my caps and then start getting a sponsorship from 3 different companies, so I return those caps. It's a fun part about doing creation and content creation. You can always find somebody to sponsor your video because they want people to buy their products. And by the way, use the code JWill at EVBase and you get 20% off of the entire site. Don't forget that. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, the EV game is nice, man. And I think if you're a person who's worried about the depreciation of your Tesla, forget about it, son. Just drive your car. You bought it to drive it and enjoy it, so just go enjoy it. Don't worry about selling it so fast. And don't listen to these people out here telling you, oh, the Teslas aren't worth it. Those are all just yappity yap cheerleaders in the comment section and keyboard warriors. Straight up. That's the wife calling. All right, I'm out of here.